Good morning, gang. Happy Monday morning. Okay, how many of you ever leave the house without your cell phone? Okay. What if I told you that, barring complete Armageddon, but even if, it may be one of the most useful prepping tools you have? Okay. And I know the comments will be, oh, the cell towers are going to go out or whatever. Sure, that's going to happen. If we go into an EMP or a nuclear war or something like that, cell phones are going to go. But where I say that it's probably one of the most important preps is the preliminary time to any sort of SHTF event. Now, would you consider Kerrville, Texas, an SHTF event? Yeah. How about Hurricane Chantal in the Carolinas last week? For some people, yeah. Ruidoso, New Mexico? Yeah. You also had flooding in Illinois. You had flooding in Vermont. I mean, there were a couple areas that got 5 inches of rain in less than an hour, and both states had rescues that had to be. How about all these shootings that have happened lately? I mean, you had one in Kentucky yesterday at a church, for example. You had one in Chattanooga on Saturday at a high school reunion. Don't have to tell you about anything going on with all these ICE protests, right? Okay. The world's getting crazier, and the one thing that we all need is access to information. Absolutely, this is the information age, right? Without having to go look for it. You need to have some sort of way to be alerted to a catastrophe. Now, a lot of us have police scanners. I've got one. I've showed it to you guys in the past, okay? And it's great. I can pick up everything here in the county. What's going on? Great. What happens if it's 1 or 2 counties over? For me, 2 counties over is Kentucky. Okay. What if it's Knoxville? I don't pick that up. It's a little too far away. Do you think if there's some sort of problem there that it might come here? Well, I don't know. Heavy storms, for example, flooding. There's shootings. I told you a couple of weeks ago about the truck and motorcycles that were having a shootout on the highway near me. You need to be alerted to that. And so this is where I say your cell phone is a very good, one of the most important preps to alert you to something that's coming up. Technology is wonderful because, and I've mentioned this before, but I'll show it to you. There are police scanner apps on your phone that will alert you when all of a sudden there's a lot of people listening to that one, which means it's something important. Sure, you could keep it on all the time if you want. You want to listen to what's going on in New York City, or you want to listen to what's going on in Chicago with 1,200 shootings in the last year or something like that. Okay, if that's entertainment for you, go for it. But I want to show you this app. This is the one I use. It was recommended to me about a year ago. And what I like about it is it doesn't bother me. It runs in the background. But if something comes up that all of a sudden there's a bunch of people listening to it, I get an alert on my phone that, hey, you might want to pay attention to this when something's going on. Okay. It went off on me yesterday, mid-afternoon. It was about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. And there was a lot of police activity in Louisville, Kentucky. That there was reports of a shooting at the Louisville Expo Center. Okay. It's 3 hours away from me. but that's still close. I mean, we have cars these days. Shooters don't have a tendency to sit around and wait. They do what they want, they leave. You guys remember, it's probably less than a year ago now, the Kentucky shootings again on I-75. That was a little more than an hour and a half from me, maybe 2 tops, where that was all going down. And this guy's on the highway. Does he come my way? Does he go the other way? What does he do? Right? It's something good to have in your toolkit to pay attention. It doesn't cost anything. I mean, you can pay for a whole bunch of extra stuff on there if you want, if you really want to listen to police all the time. But if you just want something that's got notification to you that, hey, there's something bad going down, you can listen to it. I mean, are you sitting in front of your computer all day waiting for, pick something, Fox News, CNN, whatever, to tell you, hey, this is going on? No. How many times have I told you that I've seen a story on potentially Twitter and I'll go to verify it and I find nothing for a half an hour and then all of a sudden it pops up. That doesn't do you a whole lot of good if, let's say, Yellowstone erupts. Oh, okay. A half an hour later, you're going to find out about it. It's a super volcano, okay? But a half an hour later, you're buried under molten rock. Maybe you had a half an hour to get out of there or something by advantage. That's where I'm saying something like this is definitely a benefit. Doesn't cost anything. You download the app, you put it on, it runs in the background, and it tells you, hey, there's something going on. Is it perfect? No, you've got to set up your settings and everything and figure out exactly what you want to know. Do you want to hear anytime there's more than 100 people, 1,000 people, 5,000 people listening to a scan on this? That, what your volume is, you're going to have to set that up. You set it up too low, and you're going to hear about every DUI in the country, okay? You set it too high, and if the Chinese come over the hill, you aren't going to know, all right? But take what information you can get as early as you can get it so you can react to it quickly. It was the big bitch down in Kerrville. Monday morning quarterbacks, of course, doing the bitching. But, all the girls at Camp Mystic didn't have their cell phones on them, so they couldn't have known what was going on. Right. Okay, I get it. They were trying to decouple the kids from technology for a weekend. Tragic as it is, don't get me wrong. Okay. But most of us don't go anywhere without our cell phone. And if you're driving down the road, if you're standing in the grocery store, if you're pumping gas, if you're at Walmart, and all of a sudden your phone goes beep, 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 or whatever alert you've got on your phone, something's up. Oh shit, there's nuclear missiles heading toward the United States. I might want to do something. Rather than, gee, honey, look at the mushroom cloud out in the horizon. Right? It's something free. Go find it. Put it on your phone. It's not the only one out there. It's just one that was recommended to me. I like it. Okay? It does what I wanted to do, but it allows me to pay attention to a wider area. In an SHTF event, my analog scanner will be more important because, again, the cell phone towers will inevitably be down and your cell phone's not going to work. But right now, unless the U.S. is attacked, something like this is definitely worth having as a tool in your toolbox. Pinball out.